Hey everyone, welcome back to Health Breakthrough. I'm Dr. Mike Harrison, and today we're diving into something that's going to blow your mind. Are you over 60 and feeling like you're dragging yourself through molasses every single day? Like no matter how much coffee you drink or how early you go to bed, you just can't shake that bone-deep exhaustion? Well, what if I told you that 3 simple fruits you probably walk past in the grocery store every week, could completely transform your energy levels in just days? I'm joined today by Dr. Sarah Williams, a brilliant physician who's been researching the connection between nutrition and aging for the past decade. Dr. Williams, you've made some incredible discoveries about how certain fruits can literally rewire our energy systems as we age. Before we dive into these 3 game-changing fruits, can you paint us a picture of what's really happening in our bodies when we hit 60 and suddenly feel like someone pulled the plug on our energy?
Thanks for having me, Mike. This is such a common story I hear in my practice. People come in saying, "Doctor, I used to be able to go all day, and now I'm exhausted by 2 p.m." And here's the thing, this isn't just about getting older. There are specific biological changes happening that most people don't understand. When we reach our 60s, our mitochondria, think of them as the power plants in our cells, start producing less energy. At the same time, our bodies become less efficient at absorbing certain nutrients that are crucial for energy production. We're also dealing with increased inflammation, which is like having a low-grade fever all the time. It's exhausting. But here's what's exciting and why I'm so passionate about this research. These changes aren't irreversible. The right nutrients can actually help regenerate our mitochondria and restore our energy systems. And some of the most powerful nutrients come from fruits that have been studied extensively, but are often overlooked.
That's fascinating. So we're not just talking about a sugar rush from fruit, right? We're talking about actually fixing the machinery that produces energy in our cells.
Exactly. And this is where it gets really interesting. The 3 fruits I want to talk about today don't just provide quick energy, they contain specific compounds that address the root causes of age-related fatigue. They help repair mitochondrial damage, reduce inflammation, and improve nutrient absorption. The first fruit is one that most people think of as exotic, but it's becoming more available everywhere, the dragon fruit. Now, I know what you're thinking. Dragon fruit? That weird-looking thing in the produce section? But this fruit is absolutely incredible for energy restoration in older adults. Dragon fruit contains a unique combination of antioxidants called betalains, plus high levels of vitamin C, B vitamins, and iron. But here's the kicker. It also contains natural compounds that help repair damaged mitochondria. In one study I reviewed, participants over 60 who consumed dragon fruit extract for just 2 weeks showed a 40% improvement in cellular energy production.
Wow, 40% in just 2 weeks? That's incredible. How exactly does dragon fruit work its magic on our mitochondria?
Great question. The betalains in dragon fruit are like little repair crews for your cells. They cross the blood-brain barrier and actually get into the mitochondria, where they help clear out damaged proteins and stimulate the production of new, healthy mitochondria. It's called mitochondrial biogenesis. Essentially, you're growing new power plants in your cells. But what I love about dragon fruit is that it also addresses the absorption issue I mentioned earlier. As we age, our digestive system becomes less efficient at absorbing nutrients. Dragon fruit contains natural enzymes and fiber that help improve gut health and nutrient absorption. So not only are you getting these powerful compounds, but your body is actually able to use them effectively. The way I recommend using dragon fruit is simple. You can eat it fresh, just cut it in half and scoop out the flesh with a spoon. It has a mild, slightly sweet taste, kind of like a cross between a kiwi and a pear. Or you can add it to smoothies. I tell my patients to have about half a dragon fruit 3 times a week, preferably in the morning to maximize the energy benefits throughout the day.
That sounds doable. Now, you mentioned 3 fruits. What's the second one?
The second fruit is going to surprise people because it's so common. It's the humble kiwi. But not just any kiwi. I'm talking about the golden kiwi, which has some unique properties that make it particularly powerful for fighting fatigue. Golden kiwis contain more vitamin C than oranges, but that's just the beginning. They're packed with an enzyme called actinidin, which helps break down proteins and improve digestion. Poor digestion is actually a huge contributor to fatigue in older adults, because when you can't properly digest food, you can't extract the nutrients your body needs for energy. But here's what really sets golden kiwis apart. They contain high levels of serotonin precursors. Now, most people think of serotonin as the happiness chemical, but it also plays a crucial role in energy regulation and sleep quality. Many people over 60 are tired during the day because they're not sleeping well at night, and this creates a vicious cycle.
So golden kiwis are helping with both energy and sleep? That's like hitting two birds with one stone.
Exactly. And the research backs this up beautifully. There was a study published in the Asia Pacific Journal of Clinical Nutrition where participants over 60 ate 2 golden kiwis 1 hour before bedtime for 4 weeks. Not only did they fall asleep faster and sleep more deeply, but their daytime energy levels improved significantly. The beauty of golden kiwis is that they work on multiple pathways. The vitamin C supports adrenal function. Your adrenal glands are like your body's energy headquarters. The fiber feeds beneficial gut bacteria, which produce energy-supporting compounds, and the natural sugars provide sustained energy without the crash you get from processed foods. I recommend eating 2 golden kiwis daily, 1 in the morning for energy and 1 about an hour before bedtime for better sleep. You can eat them with the skin on if you wash them well. The skin actually contains additional nutrients. Or peel them and add them to yogurt or oatmeal.
This is absolutely fascinating. I'm already thinking about changing my own fruit intake. Now, what's the third fruit in this energy-boosting trio?
The third fruit is one that's been celebrated in traditional medicine for centuries, but is just now getting the scientific recognition it deserves: the pomegranate. And when I say pomegranate, I'm not just talking about the pretty red seeds. I'm talking about incorporating both the seeds and the juice into your diet for maximum benefit. Pomegranates contain compounds called punicalagins, which are some of the most powerful antioxidants found in nature. These compounds specifically target age-related inflammation, which is one of the biggest energy drains as we get older. Think of inflammation as rust forming in your body. It slows everything down and makes your systems work harder. But here's where pomegranates really shine for energy. They contain unique compounds that protect and strengthen blood vessels. As we age, our circulation becomes less efficient, which means our cells aren't getting the oxygen and nutrients they need to produce energy effectively. Pomegranates help restore healthy blood flow, which is like upgrading your body's delivery system.
That makes so much sense. If your cells aren't getting proper blood flow, they can't function optimally. How quickly do people typically see results with pomegranates?
It's really remarkable how quickly people respond. In clinical studies, participants who consumed pomegranate juice daily showed improved blood flow within just 1 week, and the energy improvements usually follow closely behind, typically within 10 to 14 days. There's also fascinating research showing that pomegranates can help regenerate muscle strength, which is crucial for combating fatigue. A study published in the Journal of Nutritional Biochemistry found that older adults who consumed pomegranate extract for 30 days showed significant improvements in muscle power and endurance. Now, here's an important point about pomegranates. While the juice is convenient, I always recommend getting some whole seeds too. The seeds contain fiber and additional compounds that aren't found in the juice. Plus, the active chewing helps with digestion and nutrient absorption. For maximum benefit, I suggest having about 8 ounces of pure pomegranate juice daily, not the cocktail versions that are loaded with added sugar, plus a handful of fresh pomegranate seeds. You can sprinkle the seeds on salads, yogurt, or oatmeal. The combination of juice and seeds gives you the full spectrum of beneficial compounds.
This is incredible information. So we've got dragon fruit for mitochondrial repair, golden kiwi for sleep and digestion, and pomegranate for circulation and inflammation. But I'm curious, can people eat all 3 of these fruits together, or should they be spaced out?
That's a great question, and I'm glad you asked because this is where the magic really happens. These 3 fruits actually work synergistically, meaning they enhance each other's effects. You can absolutely eat them together, and in fact, I recommend it. I've developed what I call the energy restoration protocol for my patients. It involves having all three fruits in a specific pattern throughout the day. In the morning, you start with half a dragon fruit and one golden kiwi. This gives you the mitochondrial support and vitamin C boost you need to start your day. Then in the afternoon, around 2 or 3 p.m., when most people hit their energy wall, you have the pomegranate juice. This helps maintain steady energy levels and supports circulation for the rest of the day. Finally, about an hour before bed, you have the second golden kiwi. This helps optimize your sleep, which is when your body does most of its cellular repair work. It's like giving your body the raw materials it needs to rebuild and restore itself overnight.
That sounds like a practical, easy-to-follow system. Now, I imagine some people might be concerned about the sugar content in these fruits. How do you address that concern?
I'm so glad you brought that up because it's a common misconception. Yes, these fruits contain natural sugars, but they're packaged with fiber, antioxidants, and other compounds that actually help regulate blood sugar rather than spike it. The key difference between fruit sugar and processed sugar is what I call the delivery system. When you eat an apple, you're not just getting sugar, you're getting fiber that slows absorption, antioxidants that protect your cells, and various vitamins and minerals that help your body process the sugar effectively. In fact, studies have shown that people who eat more whole fruits actually have better blood sugar control and more stable energy levels than those who avoid fruit altogether. The fiber in these fruits helps slow the absorption of sugar, preventing those energy crashes that come from processed foods. That said, timing does matter. I recommend eating these fruits earlier in the day when your body can best utilize the natural sugars for energy. And if someone has diabetes or prediabetes, I always recommend they work with their healthcare provider to monitor their blood sugar as they incorporate these fruits.
That's really helpful clarification. Now, what about people who might have trouble finding these fruits, especially dragon fruit? Are there alternatives or ways to make this more accessible?
Absolutely. Accessibility is so important when we're talking about sustainable health changes. Dragon fruit is becoming more widely available, and you can often find it frozen, which is just as nutritious as fresh. Many health food stores and even regular grocery stores now carry it. If you can't find dragon fruit, you can get similar benefits from other fruits high in betalains and antioxidants. Red beets, for example, contain some of the same compounds, though not in the same concentration. Blueberries and blackberries also provide excellent antioxidant support. For golden kiwis, regular green kiwis are a good alternative, though they don't have quite the same serotonin-supporting properties. And for pomegranates, you can find pure pomegranate juice in most grocery stores year-round, even when fresh pomegranates aren't in season. The key is consistency rather than perfection. I'd rather see someone eat these fruits regularly, even if they have to use frozen dragon fruit or regular kiwis, than not eat them at all because they're waiting for the perfect option.
That's such practical advice. Now, I'm curious about the timeline. You mentioned some people see results in days, others in weeks. What should people realistically expect?
That's a great question because managing expectations is so important for long-term success. Here's what I typically tell my patients. In the first 3 to 5 days, you might notice better sleep quality, especially if you're following the evening golden kiwi recommendation. Better sleep is often the first thing people notice, and it sets the foundation for everything else. Within the first week, many people report feeling less of that afternoon energy crash. This is usually when the pomegranate circulation benefits start kicking in. By week 2, most people notice more sustained energy throughout the day. This is when the mitochondrial benefits from dragon fruit typically become apparent. By week 3 to 4, people often tell me they feel like a different person. They're waking up more refreshed, maintaining energy throughout the day, and feeling more motivated to be active. Now, it's important to note that results can vary based on individual factors like overall health, other medications, stress levels, and how consistently someone follows the protocol. Some people see dramatic changes quickly, while others have more gradual improvements.
That's a realistic timeline. What about side effects or interactions? Are there any precautions people should be aware of?
These are whole foods, so they're generally very safe for most people. However, there are a few things to keep in mind. First, if someone is taking blood-thinning medications, they should check with their doctor before significantly increasing their pomegranate intake, as pomegranates can have mild blood-thinning effects. Second, people with kidney stones should be cautious with kiwis because they contain oxalates, which can contribute to certain types of kidney stones in susceptible individuals. Third, some people might experience mild digestive upset when first introducing these fruits, especially if they're not used to eating much fiber. I always recommend starting slowly, maybe half portions for the first few days, and gradually increasing to the full amounts. Dragon fruit is generally well tolerated, though some people might notice their urine turn slightly pink or red after eating it. This is completely harmless and just due to the natural pigments in the fruit.
Good to know. Now, I want to talk about the bigger picture. Beyond just energy, are there other benefits people might experience from this protocol?
Oh, absolutely. When you're addressing the root causes of fatigue, mitochondrial dysfunction, inflammation, poor circulation, and sleep issues, you're improving so many other aspects of health. Many of my patients report better mental clarity and focus. This makes sense because your brain uses about 20% of your body's energy. So when you optimize energy production, brain function improves. People often notice improvements in their mood and motivation. When you're not constantly fighting fatigue, you have more emotional reserves to deal with daily stresses. I've also seen improvements in physical strength and endurance. When your cells are producing energy more efficiently, your muscles work better. Some of my patients have been able to increase their exercise levels, which creates a positive cycle of even better energy and health. Skin health often improves too. The antioxidants in these fruits protect against cellular damage, and better circulation means better nutrient delivery to the skin. And here's something really interesting. Many people report better appetite regulation. When your body is getting the nutrients it needs and your energy levels are stable, you're less likely to crave processed foods or overeat.
Those are some impressive additional benefits. For someone who's listening and thinking, this sounds too good to be true, what would you say to them?
I completely understand that skepticism, and honestly, I appreciate it. As scientists, we should always question claims that sound too good to be true. But here's the thing, this isn't about miracle cures or magic bullets. This is about giving your body the specific nutrients it needs to function optimally. We have decades of research showing that mitochondrial dysfunction, inflammation, and poor circulation are major contributors to age-related fatigue. We also have solid research showing that the compounds in these fruits can address these issues. It's not magic, it's biochemistry. I always tell people, don't take my word for it. Try it for a month and see how you feel. The beauty of this approach is that it's safe, affordable, and if it doesn't work, you've just eaten some delicious, nutritious fruit. But what I see consistently in my practice is that when people address their fatigue at the cellular level, rather than just masking it with caffeine or stimulants, they get lasting results that improve their overall quality of life.
That's a great perspective. As we wrap up, what's the one key takeaway you want people to remember from today's conversation?
The most important thing I want people to understand is that age-related fatigue isn't inevitable, and it's not something you just have to accept. Your body has an incredible capacity to heal and restore itself when given the right support. These three fruits, dragon fruit, golden kiwi, and pomegranate, work because they address the root causes of fatigue rather than just treating the symptoms. They're not just quick fixes, they're tools for long-term energy restoration. But remember, consistency is key. You can't eat these fruits once and expect to feel like you're 30 again. It's about making them a regular part of your daily routine and giving your body time to rebuild and repair. Start with what's available to you, be patient with the process, and pay attention to how you feel. Most people are amazed at how much better they can feel with these simple changes.
Dr. Sarah Williams, this has been absolutely incredible. Thank you for sharing your expertise and giving our listeners such practical, actionable advice.
Thank you for having me, Mike. I hope this information helps people reclaim their energy and vitality.
And to everyone listening, remember, you don't have to accept constant fatigue as part of aging. Try incorporating these three powerful fruits into your daily routine and see what happens. Your energy levels might just surprise you. Thanks for tuning into Health Breakthrough. If this episode helped you, please share it with someone who might benefit. Until next time, keep taking charge of your health.